Hey guys, it's Rachel from Lorraine Lamb. I look very disheveled. Maybe I'll switch to this way. Not much better. I'll switch back to this way. Um, I just was pacing my room, and today's not been a day. Like, I've just been working on projects, and I was working on something, and I looked up on top of my fridge, and I got triggered. And basically, right now I'm dealing with a lot of loss, and it's different loss than you think it would be. It's not a loss through death, but it's, I wouldn't say just as bad because death's the worst, but it's like a loss of somebody, significant people in your life, and there's just been a few of them that have like left. And then this week I was out and it was triggered, and like, I don't want to cry, so I keep looking away. But nobody really understood what I was getting at, what I was talking about, why I was upset. It was kind of frustrating because I couldn't vocalize my feelings because I'm going to like sound like crazy. I'm going to sound like it was such a small thing that just triggered it. And then like looking up today and seeing stuff, it just flashed my memories. It's just been a lot. Reading's been so much of a comfort. Like, I lost in the past month like two significant people in my life. One a family relation and one pretty much family. Somebody I thought was gonna be in my life till like I died. And it's not like a romantic relationship, it was a friendship. But it's literally like, I don't understand why people can't reach out. I know this is gonna be a really rambly talk by the way, but I don't understand why people can't reach out and say something. I feel like I'm always the one to do that. And the one situation I've done that a million times, and I've tried and tried. No avail. The person doesn't validate my feelings, and they want to leave the past in the past, but they always bring up the past, and just makes it difficult. And the other one, like, I have to keep being the one to reach out and say sorry, even though the other person was the party that hurt me. So I have to almost apologize for asking to speak to them when I needed that person. It's just like horrible feelings, and I really hate it because it's really hard to process on my own. And then I don't want to talk about it, but I do. And I just want to make this video because if anybody has any tips, leave them in the comments, because I hate this feeling. Like, the one person, I'm going to probably talk about more in detail like Sunday when I do my Bad Back to Me, but the one person in my life, it was somebody I already lost. I've been trying to forgive. It's hard to forgive without an apology. And like going over and over these feelings. I didn't talk to that person for 2 years because I just couldn't. The person, like, I wrote them a letter, like I was talking about all the things because that person just attacked me one day, and I was just like, can't do anything to appease you. I don't know what you want from me. Like, so like I tried forgetting, and that was really hard to do because that person is a family relation. And now that I've tried forgetting, now the person's come back into my life and they want to be a part of my life. And then I was trying to get those feelings, sorry, something on my screen, get those feelings of like caring back towards that person, because that person to me, like, I cried almost every day for 2 years. Like, was a really big part of, well, not really big part of my life, but like, if you know the relation, it's a big part. And I was very upset about it. And now the person's been emailing me and said like, oh, I kind of want to start over. But I told like that person, I was like, you know what you said really hurt me, and these are the two things I kind of want you to validate. That both situations have started to parallel into one, and there's like one common thread. Like with them, it's like, I don't care, well, I do care, but I don't care as much what you say about me. But when you say something about somebody I love, that is when I can't handle it anymore. Like, you could come in my face and yell and scream at me, and I will take it personally and I will be hurt. But if you say something about somebody I love, like, I'm going to defend them, probably better than myself. And both those situations happened, and the person emailing me didn't get back to me after they emailed me initially. And I just wrote back and just said, you know what, I don't want to be, like, just forget about me, please. Like, just leave me be. It's better for my mental health. And then I have no closure with the other situation with my friend. And this person was supposed to be my best friend. But I honestly feel like I just got played. And that was like a long friendship. It was 12 years, and I'm 23. So that's a pretty significant portion of my life for that to be just ripped from me. And I don't know if it's over, like the friendship's completely done. We haven't talked in almost a month, which is the longest we've ever gone without talking. And it makes me really sad because it's like that person's angry, but doesn't really have the right to be angry at me. Like, it's a weird situation, but it's more like that person's angry because I was like, can we talk? And they never be available for me. And they're angry because I was upset that they couldn't talk. But this is a person I talk to almost every day. And last year when I was off school, like, I was working, but I adhered to that person. I was always there when that person needed me. I would go on car rides. I would listen, everything. And not that that person didn't reciprocate that, but it was a lot about that person. And when I moved away from home, I just got diagnosed with like the health problem I've been dealing with for like a decade. Right before I left, like 5 days before I left, I just got started like on medicine for that. And I'm moving away from home. I've never been away from home. The longest I've been away from home is about 3 days in a row. I hadn't been away from my parents really ever because I was too sick to like, go to summer camp or go anywhere. And my home that I still like, I don't live in it now, but like the one that I go back to is the only home I've ever known. I've never moved in my life. That was the house I went to from the day I was taken out of the hospital to come home. So it's just a lot of change, and then making new friends and new school and all the stress that comes with that. And this person knows that I do worry unnecessarily and I spiral. And for that person not to be there for me kind of hurt. And that person doesn't understand and just acts like I'm being unreasonable. And I was like, I didn't expect you to be there all the time, but like, if I'm your best friend and I say, hey, can we talk sometime this weekend, and you take like a week and a half to get back to me when everybody has a cell phone, your cell phone's in your hand, you start to take it personal. And I don't even know what more I can say about the situation, but that's just been really, like, I feel a bit better now that I've talked about it, even though like it's obviously online, but I think it's important to document the good and the bad in my life. And this is just a time when like those two situations are bad, but I'm trying to find happiness in my friendships. And I've had like throughout all this happening, my really close friends, because I have kind of like a circle of friends, they've been amazing. They said like I could call them if I needed to talk and all that. Like, I don't really like to disturb a lot of them because I know they're busy with school, but they wouldn't care. Like, they're true blue friends. And you think they're the one who conclude themselves as my best friend and always made a fuss if I was like mentioned, like even in a video, that, you know, there's just a friend. She's like, no, I'm your best friend. And it's like, you made such a fuss, but you don't, like I told her, I was like, you make such a fuss, but you don't want to take responsibility. You want the role, but not the responsibility. And that's probably what hurt the most. And just in both those situations, it's literally driving me up the wall, because sometimes like it'll just spark and like it'll get stuck in my head, and I'm like, I can't do anything. I feel trapped in my mind, because it's like the one person that's emailing me that I mentioned, I know these people are like interchangeable that I've been talking about, but the one person that's emailing me, it's like I can't talk to that person because they don't understand what I'm saying. They don't understand what I'm getting at. There's no point of communication, just because they're not going to ever understand how I felt, how I feel, and how hurt I am and was and still am. Whereas the other person I can't talk to because it's not going to go anywhere. The person doesn't feel bad for the hellish treatment they put me through. Even when I went home, I expected that person to be like wanting to hang and stuff like that, because I hadn't been home since, like, I hadn't seen that person since Thanksgiving. And Thanksgiving in Canada is in October, near the beginning. I think it was October 7th this year, or 8th. And I hadn't seen that person at all. And you'd think that person would be really excited to like see their best friend. No. So that made me very upset. And I'm still dealing with it. I feel actually a lot better getting it off my chest. If you guys are dealing with this kind of situation, if we want to if we want to create a support coalition, if you have anything like any resources, YouTube videos, books I should check out to help me get over not a death, but a loss of somebody in your life, that would be really helpful, because I need to really cleanse this. It's not getting in the way of my schoolwork or my social life. It just sometimes comes up when I'm sitting here alone. So sometimes I feel like I'm almost trapped in this room because like my thoughts are trapped in here with me. So I'm excited that in like 20 minutes I'm going to dinner, so more like 30, but I'm just like, I need to escape. But yeah, let's talk in the comments, anybody. Or if you are somebody that's watching this and has my number from the community or Goodreads account, message me somewhere, please. Let's talk if you're dealing with the same thing. If not, like, that's fine. But if you're dealing with this, I'd really like to hear somebody else's perspectives, because I so far have like nobody right now that I can turn to that's dealing with the same situation. And it's different than death, because like there is still a chance that this could change itself, but the one person I don't see it happening for, and the other person I'm still unsure about. I'll probably get into more specifics later, but both of them know I have a YouTube channel. Both of them know what it's called. Both of them sometimes check it out. And I know I'm not using names, but they'll know who they are, and I wish they would reach out in a way that wouldn't hurt and doesn't blame me. And like, I know it's easy to sit here and just be like, oh, I didn't do anything wrong. But in this like the first situation, I was in the wrong since I was in my mom's womb. I was in the wrong. I wasn't what this person wanted. Not my mom or dad, just like they wanted me. And the other person, I was just trying to protect them. And that's what you get. You try to care, and then some people just throw it back in your face, and I know it's going to make me stronger in the end, and that's what's important. And you just remember the lessons I've learned, but I've learned a lot of these lessons from the time I was very young, I feel like. And I just don't want the hurt, so I'm really happy I can surround myself with people that care. But yeah, kind of a rambly video, kind of random, but I just wanted to come out there and say that, because sometimes it's easier to talk to, even though you guys are virtually out there. Sometimes I feel like it's just easier to talk and get everything off my mind without going and talking to somebody like down the hall. But yeah, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. The support thing, you know what to do, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.